What does it take to make your mobile experience elite? Now, in the last 2 years, what we have noticed is that there's a shift that has been happening, and this shift is that more and more customers are switching from. It's about this is that mostly it has been driven by two generations, and now the first one is the millennials. Now the second one is the Gen Zs who are now coming through into the market. So the two of them, like the Gen Z now, have been giving the millennials a very big push of taking the purchasing process from the desktop to the mobile phone. And now that is what today we'll be talking about. So if your ideal customer is a millennial, a Gen Z, or both, or if you have noticed that more and more people either they are complaining of that your emails are not that good, or you have noticed that most of your purchases are coming through the mobile, then this session is specifically for you. So welcome to Elite Email Experience, and today is another Thursday. So that means that it is time for Elite Experience podcast. It is time for the email edition, and it is time to elevate your email experience, being on writing and we focus on grant writing. So today it's all about elevating your email experience on the mobile phone. So it is more about how to a mobile first lead email experience for your subscriber now. Now what I'm going to share with you is the 5 characteristics of a mobile first elite email experience. Now this mobile first email experience, it is made up of a framework that I call the S.S.A.L framework. So S.S.A.L framework is S.S.S.A.L. So that is the S.S.A.L framework, and we're going to get into each characteristic, one characteristic at a time. So the first characteristic is single layout. So so it is single design layout. So this one is more about your email experience. And now what you have noticed with some brands is that when a subscriber is either reading the email, navigating the landing page, or navigating the optimize for mobile. And what happens is that at the end of the day, you find that the subscriber is having to scroll in order to read the whole text or in order to see the whole picture. And what happens with this is that it is so frustrating that every time, every time you want to read, you have to scroll. Every time you have to see the whole picture, you have to scroll, and it is very frustrating for the subscriber. What you have noticed is that for brands which are doing this, what happens is that the people are unsubscribing or the engagement is going down. So, and this is because as more and more people use their mobile to complete their purchases, to more and more they do that when they find that your email experience or your website or your landing page is not showing fully on the mobile phone. It's end up reducing engagement with your brand. And so we recommend is that instead of instead of having your subscriber scroll through to read the whole of the sentence or to see the whole picture, instead of doing that, you should create a single design layout of your email, of your landing page, and of your website. So now when you create a single layout, what happens is that they don't have to scroll around. And now everything is in place. And now when everything is in place, it is very easy for your subscriber to engage with that email, to engage with your landing page, to engage with your website. So that is the first thing. The second thing about the second characteristic is that it's about subject line. Now this is about short subject line. So what you have noticed on mobile is that when the subject line is too long, so when subject line is too long and now it doesn't show up completely on the mobile device. And what happens is that you leave your subscriber hanging like, what is this email about? What is this brand trying to tell me? And now for me, what I find is that this is not the kind of emotion that you want to be triggering in your subscriber. So you don't want to be making them frustrated or making them think too much about what your email is about, what you're trying to say, that even before they open your email. Instead of those long subject line, you should create very short subject line that are straight to the point. And now the purpose for this is that when your subject line is short, your subscriber is able to read that subject line and know what the email is about and know what your brand is trying to communicate to your subscriber. So that is the second characteristic. The third characteristic and the third S is that short, scannable paragraphs. Now, this is something that we have noticed that a lot of brands are very guilty of, especially when they are sending long emails. And what you have noticed is that they send these blocks of text. So it is created for the desktop, but when it appears on mobile, it is so dense that the moment it's subscriber opens that email, they realize that they the reaction like they kind of get shocked, and the reaction is they have is, oh shit, I don't have time to read out this email. Like I don't have time for this. So that is what we have noticed. And the way we have noticed it is that the engagement on this email which are very long on mobile now, it is very low because now someone just scrolls a bit and then they either delete the email or they close it. So that is the issue with taking the exact paragraphs that you want for the desktop and putting it into the email. So because it ends up creating this long text of email that subscribers get turned off by. And there are two ways to now, not two ways, but there are several ways to tackle this. And now the first one is not not two, but it is even three. So there are three ways to tackle this. And now the first one is to break up your long paragraph. So what you should do is that you should take your email and put it in the font layout. And now when you put it there, now you will see whether the paragraph is longer than expected or whether it is short. So when you notice that your paragraph is long, what you should do is that you should break up that paragraph. And now you should break it up in such a way that it is three lines, only three lines per paragraph on mobile. So when you look at it on the mobile layout, it is only three lines. The second way to do this is that you should make your paragraphs You should add headlines into your paragraphs and also add hierarchy into your paragraph. So when someone is reading your email, especially your long emails, you should have paragraphs so that for the person who tend to scan the email, you make it so easy for them to scan your email and now know what's important to them and now they go straight to what is important to them. The third way to tackle this long paragraph situation is by having lots of white space in your email. And now this is especially for your long emails. So you want to give your subscriber some breathing space so that they don't feel as if they are suffocated when they are reading your email. So you want to include lots of white space so that they kind of take breaks in between the reading the paragraph. Now we are on the A now. So the A is about the alt text. Now, as I've already mentioned, there is this shift that is happening. Uh, People are shifting from, especially the millennials and Gen Zs, they are shifting to purchasing on reading the emails on their phone. And what you have noticed is that most of the millennials and Gen Zs, they turn off their images. So they turn off the images on their emails. And now what happens is that if you mostly send image heavy text, they don't render in your subscriber's email. And now, what what I've noticed about this is that these are the kinds of emails now that they get the least engagement. So, like the amount of time that the subscriber spends on this email is so minimal because they open your email and now they just see these images, but they don't know what the image is about. So they just consider that this is just an email that not important to me and they either delete it. So or they don't engage with it. So that is the issue is only with sending only imagery text and now you are not doing anything else about it. There are two ways to tackle this. And now the first way is to use alt text. So using alt text is about for every image you have in your email. Make sure that you put a descriptive text in that email so that the moment it doesn't render on your subscribers' email, so this is when now they are on their phone and they have turned off the images. The moment it doesn't render, they can read the alt text and now they can now be aware that, oh, this is what this image is about. So either they can open it or they'll have an idea of what is required of me and this is the action that I will be taking. The second thing is that aside from alt text, you should add text like text, not just having images only, adding text so that your subscribers can kind of see that text now. So when they don't see that email, they can see the text and now they can connect the dots in their brain and now they can know what the image is about. And now this is especially crucial for the deadlines. Is it is an email that is for a sale and the deadline is coming up, so you have to show the deadline in text. This is for your offer, for the offer that you have for the subscriber. It should also be in text, and also an introduction for your social proof. So this can be your reviews, your testimonials. You should have a short description that, hey, this is what our customers are saying about this product. Now, when you do that now, it, it will immediately click for your subscriber that this is what this image is about social proof, and now they open it to see what other customers are saying about their product or about your brand. So that is the fourth characteristic. The fifth characteristic, this one is about, so this is the L in our S.S.A.L framework. So the S.S.A.L framework is S.S.S.A.L. So this is the L now. And now the L is about large CTA buttons. So what you have noticed is several brands that we have audited is that in their emails, in their website and on their landing page, they have this small CTS, like very small CTS in the middle of the email, in the middle of the subject line, in the middle of the landing page. They have this short CTS that sometimes when a customer is going through, it's reading the email, they don't even realize that it is a CTS. So, like it is so small that it is very difficult for the customer to realize. And what we have noticed is that in these emails with this short CTS in the middle of the email of the landing page or of the website, the clicks they get are very low. And so the way to handle this now is by making your CTS large. So you should make your CTS so large horizontally now that it covers the whole screen for your customers so that it is very easy to click that CTS. The second thing about you can do here is that you can create contrast for your CTA so that it is completely different from the rest of your email. And now when you do that now, it will catch the attention of your subscriber because it turned out because it doesn't look like anything else in that email, on that website or on that landing page. So that is the final characteristics of a mobile first lead email experience. So I'll do a recap for you because yeah, I know that it's been a long session. So the recap is that for your for you to create an elite mobile first experience, email experience, you should yeah, there is the self framework that you should follow so that you elevate your email experience into pure eliteness. And now the self framework is triple S and triple S, A and L. So the first S is single layout. So this is single layout for your email, for your landing page, for your website. The second S is short subject line. So you should make your subject line so short that when it, it comes into your subscribers' phone inbox, especially when they are on their phone, it shows uh, all of it is shown in the email. And now your subscriber is able to know what the email is about, is able to know what your brand want to communicate to him or her. The third is short, scannable paragraphs. So these are instead of creating these blocks of text in your paragraphs, you should cut off your paragraph so that they are very short. They are only 3 lines when they appear on the mobile layout. The fourth thing now, this is the A now, it is alt text. So for every image, you should include an alt text. And now when you include this alt text, what happens is that for your subscribers who have turned off the images, they are able to know what the image is about. And now when they know what the image is about, it's very easy for them to engage with your emails. The L now, the final characteristic of a mobile first elite email experience is large CTA button. So CTA is call to action. So this is the button that your reader will be your subscriber will be clicking on after reading your email. So it will be very large and it will cover the whole of the phone horizontally. And also it will also be contrasting to the email, to the landing page, to the website so that it is very clear, so that it turned out and it's very clear that this is the CTA button and this is the place that the subscribers will take action. So that is the S.S.A.L framework. So this the S.S.A.L framework is a framework that you use to create a mobile first lead email experience for your subscribers. So my question for you is which of these which element in the S.S.A.L framework have you noticed that is missing from your email experience. Let me know below, and I will see you when you see me. Bye bye. KDM.